morning, good morning. I'm Bill, and this is Gentle Yoga on a chilly morning for probably everybody. Everybody good otherwise? Thumbs up? Yeah, good, good. Me too. Okay, it would be helpful to have at least one block, two, even better, good, and a strap. Today I'm recommending a cloth strap, but if you have a rubber band, that's okay too. So let's get comfortably seated. Crossing the legs. Sukhasana, easy sitting pose. So you do have options. The legs can be in, the legs can be out, the knees can be up, the knees can be down, whatever's comfortable. Also, another great option is to sit on the heels. Sometimes called lightning pose. It's a little bit rough on the knees and ankles for some of us. So if you want to try this, what's nice about this pose is one of the few ways of opening up and lengthening out the front line of the lower leg, toes, top of the foot, ankle, tibialis anterior shin, knee. If this is a little too much, take two of something, 2 blocks, 2 cushions, and slide them under. And the reason it's 2, you want one for each sit bone. A big bolster would work okay too. And let the sit bones land on the blocks. If when you're sitting this way, your sit bones actually land on your heels. One of the advantages of that is that automatically rotates the pelvis forward. So if you're crossing the legs this way in any of the positions, it's good to sit on something, a block, a blanket, or a rolled up mat or a cushion. And by sitting on it, sit on the front half of third. Same thing as sitting on the heels. That gives space for the pelvis to rotate forward. All of that helps to lengthen the spine. Energetically lengthening the spine is a good thing, but even more important, it gives more space for the diaphragm, the major muscle of the breath, to have some room to move. Okay. You can rest the hands on the thighs, palms down going inside, or maybe palms up connecting to the people in the world around you. If you'd like to try a mudra today, a hand gesture, mudras could be for the hands, the body, the feet. Yana mudra is one option. Okay symbol that works both up and down. It's the symbol of clarity, cutting through the illusions of life, the Maya. Closing the eyes, just letting go. Letting go of the day. Letting go of the week. Being here on the mat, practicing non-judgmental self-awareness. Being aware of the body, the breath, and the mind, without judgment. With that awareness, start to notice the breath. As you inhale, expanding the belly, expanding the ribs, expanding the chest. Exhale, squeezing in the chest, the ribs, pulling the belly in towards the spine. Inhale, expanding the belly. Expanding the ribs, expanding the chest. Exhale, squeezing in the chest, the ribs, pulling the belly in towards the spine. Inhale, expanding. Exhale, contracting. Breathing in and out as you inhale and exhale. And opening the eyes, coming off of the block or cushion. My recommendation is if you're on your heels, to come off of the heels. Bringing the arms out to the side. Inhale, reaching up, looking up. Exhaling, arms to the side, chin into chest, long spine on the inhales and exhales. Inhale, reaching up, looking up. Exhaling, arms to the side, chin into chest. One more seated sun breath, reaching up, pausing. And then exhaling, arms to the side, pausing. Now balancing the sun, moon, bring the arms up by the ears. I'm mirroring you. Lean over to the right. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling over to the left. Inhale, reaching up. Over to the right. Inhale, reaching up. Over to the left. Inhale, reaching up. Now this time, place the right palm down, lengthen the left side, press the left sit bone down. Find a lot of length. Keep the length as you lean over to the right, maybe looking up at the fingers, seated half moon pose. Upavista, Ardha Chandrasana. Inhale, reaching up. Left palm down, lengthen the right side, press the right sit bone down, keep the length. As you lean over to the left, maybe looking up at the fingers. Inhale, bringing the arms up by the ears. Exhale, hands on the knees, rounding the back, chin into chest. Inhaling, shoulders up, back and down, arching the back, looking up. Exhaling, rounding the back, chin into chest. Inhaling, shoulders up, back and down, arching the back, looking up. And exhaling, rounding the back, chin into chest, pausing. Cat-cow pose. And then lengthening the spine, bringing the arms up by the ears, turning to the right, left palm, right thigh, right palm floor behind. Find length, keep length as you rotate a little more to the right. Inhale, raising the arms up, facing forward. Exhale, turning to the left. Right palm, left thigh, left palm floor behind. Lengthen and rotate. Inhale, reaching up, turning to the right. Lengthen and rotate. And one last seated twist, reaching up, turning, palms in place, lengthen and rotate. And raise the arms up by the ears, facing forward, hands next to the hips, bring the legs out in front, mat width apart, and start to rock side to side. Head goes one way, legs go the other. So I'm on the faculty of the Yoga Therapy School, and in fact, if you come to Kripalu for R&R, you'll see some yoga therapeutic classes of balance and stretch. That's me. And so I like adding in the gentle class a layer of some yoga therapeutic techniques for strengthening and stretching, but still in everyday gentle yoga poses. So try them out. And if you don't like them, just do the pose as it is. You'll recognize almost all of them. If you're interested in yoga therapy, by the way, we're starting up a new cohort, a new class in a couple of weeks. So there's still time to register for that. All right, so take a block down near your right foot, down near the right foot, and then come down on the back. So this is something I call walk around the pelvis. We're going to work on yoga poses that are oriented towards all the muscles that are around the pelvis, the thighs, the hips, the lower back. So come on onto the back. Left leg is long, right leg is bent, and place your right heel on the block. You might need to adjust where the block is, where your foot is. Place the heel on the block, and then flex the foot, press the heel down, and energetically pull the heel in. You're not actually moving, but you're pulling the heel into up towards your body with the goal of, put your hand behind your right thigh. The goal is to contract, tighten the hamstring muscles. If you poke around, you can feel that. Hamstring muscles contracting. And then exhale, release. Interlock the fingers around the knee or the shin and bring the right knee in towards the chest or the shoulder. Flex the left foot and press the left leg down. That's a pattern we're going to do a few times for each pose. Let's do that again. Flex the right foot, press it down, pull back, poke around with your fingertips. I highly recommend that in all poses, if it's available, to triangulate what your sense of touch is sensing is happening versus what your mind thinks is happening, and then release. You can feel the release. And then bring the leg in. Flex the left foot and press the left leg down. Our mind sometimes thinks one thing is happening, but the reality is something else is happening. This is Apanasana, downward flow of energy pose. You can visualize energy flowing through the body, down the left leg, and out the flexed left heel. Now, keeping the leg bent, bring the leg out to the side. So the whole walk around the pelvis, the knee is bent. That allows us to focus a little bit more on a particular muscle group. So right now we're working on the inside of the right thigh. Your hand can be on the knee or the thigh. Left hand's on your left hip. Adjust where the leg is just to be comfortable and where the foot is. And then inhale, the leg goes up, the hand pulls down. We're contracting the muscles on the inside of the right thigh, the adductor muscles. So doing this contraction first seems counterintuitive. It seems backwards in yoga. But it turns out if you contract muscles first, so exhale, release, gently press the leg down and keep the hip down. If you turn to the left, it'll help keep the left side of the body down. So it turns out if you contract muscles first, if you tighten the muscle first, there's a physiological response. The body says, oh, everything is safe. There's no saber-toothed tiger ready to eat me. And I can go into a deep, safe stretch. So let's do it again. Leg goes up, hand pulls down. We're tightening the muscles. When we're tightening the muscles, we're contracting them, but we're also strengthening and toning. So there's a little bit of an isometric toning happening first. And then exhale, release, gently pressing the leg down towards the earth. Turn and look to the left. You can flex the left foot, keep the left leg down, press the left hip down. By turning the head, it'll help keep the shoulder down. And pause for a moment in half of a supine frog pose. Sutta, supine, ardha, half, mandukasana. Manduka is a frog. And then keeping the leg bent, bring the leg over. Right arm is out in a T. Adjust where the leg is. More importantly, in this pose, adjust where the foot is. It could be high, low, medium, on the block, on the floor, on the thigh, or toe tucked behind the knee. There's no right or wrong. It's just a different experience. Now inhale, the leg goes up, the hand pulls down. We're contracting the outside line of the thigh, hip, glute, side of the body, and lower back. That's the adductors, TFL, the IT bands underneath, the glutes, the side of the body is the lateral obliques, and the lower back is the quadratus lumborum, QL muscle. So in this pose, it's a little bit easier to get a good contraction. So the leg goes up, the hand's pulling down, tighten the muscles, and then exhale, release, bring the leg down, turn and look to the right. Effort the right shoulder down as you look at the right palm. So these are poses that we all have often done in the past. But notice the difference by adding on that little bit of tightening and contraction, how much deeper you can go into the stretch and the release. Let's do that again. Leg goes up, hand pulls down. Contracting, tightening the muscles, outside line. Exhale, release, bringing the leg down, turning, looking to the right, effort the right shoulder down as you look at the right palm. Supine twist. And then come back on the back. Leg is still bent, but now hold on to the leg. Two options, either with two hands, thigh, calf, shin, ankle, or one hand, the foot. If you're holding with one hand, the hand can be either outside or inside. Adjust the leg so the sole of the foot is facing up. It doesn't matter how high up the leg is, as long as there's some bend in the knee. Flex the foot. This is a back line of the leg activity. So the foot is flexed. And press the foot up towards the ceiling. At the same time, pull down with the hand or hands. So we're contracting the muscles. Our target right now is the upper hamstring tendons, the very top where the thigh meets the pelvis and the groin. Those are our targets. There are other muscles involved, the hamstrings involved and the glutes involved, but the target is the upper hamstring tendons and the groin. And then exhale, release, relax the foot, relax the leg. Now this one's a little tricky. We're all shaped very differently in the hip socket. So find a place, maybe the leg way out to the side, maybe the knees pointing at the armpit, maybe at the chest, to bring the knee down. So it's the knee that's coming down. Sole of the foot faces up. The foot's relaxed, but the sole of the foot's facing up. Let's do that one again. Foot goes up, hand or hands pulled down. Contracting. Upper hamstring tendons and groin. And then exhale, release, bring the knee straight down wherever's comfortable for you. You can turn and look to the left, keep the left shoulder down, and flex the left foot, press the left leg down. If your left hand's available, you can also press the hip down. Pausing, half of a happy baby pose, Ardha Ananda Balasana. Now bend the left leg, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Right hand goes through the legs, interlock the fingers either around the thigh, or if you can reach it, around the shin. Head stays on the ground. Inhaling, press the legs forward, pull back with the hands. At the same time, effort the right knee forward towards the wall in front of you. Working on the hip flexor muscles. Hip flexors are underneath the right glute. They run side to side, the glutes run up and down. So effort the knee forward. So if you're having trouble locating the hip flexors or contracting, you can use your mind to add on a contraction of everything in the right glute area, and that will also contract the hip flexors. Exhale, release, relax, and bring the legs in. Notice any changes in sensation, and maybe rocking side to side. Legs go one way, head goes the other. Maybe flexing and pointing. Notice changes in sensation. And in this pose, you might find this one spot, if you're rocking, one spot that you really like it to work on, and just pause there. And let that go. Come back to the starting point. Inhale, legs go forward, hands pull back, knee goes forward, contracting. Hip flexor muscles underneath the right glute. Exhale, release, bringing the legs in. Rocking and rolling, head opposite of the legs, flexing and pointing, or pausing. And coming back to center, raise the legs up, flex and point, flex and point. Now bring the legs down, bring the feet out wide as you're comfortable going, maybe the edges of the mat, maybe even off the mat. And take a block between the knees. It could be any of the dimensions of the block. In this class, we use blocks and straps as tools to go deeper into poses. So it's not to help out with a challenge, it's actually to go deeper. So inhale, press the feet down into the earth, squeeze the knees together, rotate the pelvis up, press the lower back into the ground. We're contracting the outside line of the feet, lower leg, upper leg, hips, very subtly across to the SI joint sacrum. Exhale, release, lighten up on the block, rotate the pelvis forward, tailbone stays on the ground, creating a little arch in the lower back. It's a very small movement. Let's do that again. Press the feet down, squeeze the knees together, rotate the pelvis up, press the lower back down into the ground, contracting. Exhale, release, rotating the pelvis forward. Tailbone stays on the ground, creating an arch in the lower back, lightening up on the block. Let's do this one more time. Press the feet down, squeeze the knees together, rotate the pelvis up, pressing the lower back down into the ground, contracting. And exhale, release, rotate the pelvis forward, lightening up on the block. And taking the block out, bring the knees in, rocking side to side. So when you bring the knees in, the closer in they are to the chest, the more you can release the front line of the thighs, pelvis, and lower back. That's the quadricep and psoas. If you rock side to side, you can also massage the lower back. And always, if you rock the head opposite of the legs, wringing out the spine, releasing the neck. Now, roll onto your left side. I'm going to mirror you. Roll onto your left side. And bring the legs to 90-90. Thighs are 90 degrees to the edge of the mat. Shins are 90 degrees to the thighs. Take a block between the knees. I can't wear black pants and use a black block. It disappears. Take a block between the knees. And then squeeze the knees together, flex the top right foot and raise the foot up. Keep squeezing the knees together. So we're contracting the muscles from the little toe, the side of the foot, lower leg, upper leg, hip, SI joint sacrum. In fact, in this position, if you can poke around, I really notice it for myself in the lower leg and then up around the hip, but it really is the whole length. And then exhale, relax the foot, relax the leg. Bring the feet together and open the leg out wide. That releases that whole outside line. In fact, if you keep your hand on your sacrum for the next one, you'll notice what's happening. So squeeze the knees together, flex the foot, raise the foot up. So you might notice the contraction. I don't notice it quite as much in the SI joint sacrum, the contraction. But then exhale, relax. I really notice the release. So it's a funny paradox. Open out wide. It's a clam pose. And put the block to the side. Now bend leg, hold on to shin, ankle, or foot. Inhale, knee goes forward, foot goes out, hand pulls back. We're contracting the muscles of the front of the thigh, the quadricep muscles. Knee and foot are actively pressing away, hand is actively pulling back. It's an awkward position, but you can get a good contraction. By the way, you only need about 10% of your strength for the tightening, for the contraction to make this work. Exhale, release, relax everything, bring the heel a little closer to the glute, And then bring the leg back. And bring it back to a place where you're feeling some stretch. Something that's comfortably challenging. Almost all of us are very tight in the front line versus the back line. We feel good about stretching out the back line. That's why we do all these forward bends. But it turns out most of us are tighter in the front line. So take a couple of extra breaths. Now you might feel some additional sensation in the front of the pelvis, lower back. That's the psoas. Psoas is hard to get to. You may not feel that in this. So let's do it again. Knee goes forward, foot goes out, hand pulls back. Knee and foot are actively pressing away, hand is actively pulling back. Our goal right at the moment is to contract, to tighten the quadricep muscles in the front of the thigh. Exhale, release, bring the heel closer to the glute. Bring the leg back to a comfortably challenging spot, taking a few extra breaths. So this is Supta Natarajasana, supine dancer. If you come to, next time you're at Kripalu, and come to the R&R class that I do, which is called Therapeutic Yoga for Balance, we do this as a standing balance, holding onto a chair, but as a standing balance pose. And shake that out. Okay, let's set up for the other side. Now bring the block down near your left foot. And come down on the back. Right leg is long, left leg is bent. So now that you know the process, take a moment to adjust where the heel is. And the way you figure that out, you might want to move the block around to forward or back. The way you figure that out is flex the foot, press down, pull back, feel what's happening, and then try a different position. I find that people tend to have their heel a little too far in. You might try a little further away. If you go too far out, though, you'll start to lose it. So experiment. Flex the foot, press down, pull back, poke around, feel what's happening. And then exhale, release, feel the release. Interlock the fingers around the knee or the shin and bring the knee in. Flex the right foot, press the right leg down. So in yoga, we do an integration of body, breath, mind. And in this class, if you'd like to try using some deeper breath, the deeper pranayama technique, what we're actually doing is called a kumbhak. So set up for the next one. Flex the foot, press the heel down, pull back. So you're inhaling, hold the breath just for a few seconds. And then exhale, release. Interlock the fingers and bring the knee in. So kumbhakas are internal or external breath retentions. That will take you a little deeper into each of these poses if you want to do that. Apanasana, downward flow of energy pose. Visualize energy flowing through the body, down the right leg, out the right heel. And keeping the leg bent, bring the leg out to the side. Hand on the knee or the thigh, right hand on the right hip. Adjust where the leg is, adjust where the foot is, high, low, medium, on the block, on the floor. And then inhale, leg goes up, hand pulls down. Contracting the adductor muscles. You can poke around and feel the adductors. Notice in this one where the adductors are connecting to the pelvis and to the knee. And then notice this belly of the adductors, that's the center of it. With the knee bent, we have a little bit more focus on the center. While you're poking around, poke around the rest of the leg and notice that we're really very isolated to the adductors. We're not engaging anything else. You might not have been conscious of that without poking around. Exhale, release, bring the leg down. Press the right hip down, flex the right foot, keep the right leg down, and turn the head, effort the right shoulder down. Let's do this one again. Leg goes up, hand pulls down, contracting. Adductor muscles inside the left thigh. And exhale, release, bringing the leg down, turning and looking to the right. Supine, half frog pose, Supta Ardha Mandukasana. I always say supine in this one because frog is usually done prone, either on the belly or sometimes seated or squatting, but not typically supine. And let that go. Bring the leg across. Left arm out in a T. Right hand's on the thigh of the knee. Adjust where the leg is. And again, the important thing in this pose is where is the foot? High, low, medium, on the floor, on the block, on the thigh, behind the knee. The position of the foot changes which muscle group we're emphasizing. So there's no right or wrong. It's just a different experience. Inhale, leg goes up, hand pulls down. This is the outside line. This pose is multi-muscle group. Most of the poses are single muscle group. This is multi. The outside of the thigh, hip, glute, lower back, side of the body. Exhale, release. Bring the leg down towards the earth. Turn and look at the palm, effort the left shoulder down. Let's do that again. Leg goes up, hand pulls down, contracting. Exhale, release, bringing the leg down, turning and looking at the palm, effort the shoulder down. Taking a few breaths, supine twist. Come back on the back. Leg is bent, hold with two hands, hold thigh, calf, shin, or ankle, or one hand the foot. Adjust the legs into a comfortable place so that the sole of the foot can face up. Flex the foot. Press the foot up towards the sky, pull down with the hand or hands. We're contracting the muscles of the upper hamstring tendons and groin. But notice the glute and the hamstrings are involved and are getting contracted and tightened. Exhale, release, relax the foot, relax the leg. Bring the knee straight down, maybe way out to the side, maybe the armpit or the chest. We are so radically different from each other in the shape of our hip sockets and pelvis. Foot is relaxed, but facing up. And do it again. Inhaling, foot goes up, hand or hands pull down. Contracting. Exhale, release, bring the knee straight down, sole of the foot facing up. Turn and look to the right, keep the right shoulder down, flex the right foot, press the right leg down. Ardha Ananda Balasana, half of a happy baby. And the right leg, cross the left ankle over. Left hand goes through the leg, interlock the fingers around the thigh or the shin. Head stays on the ground. Inhaling, legs go forward, hands pull back. Without touching it, effort the left knee forward. Contracting hip flexor muscles underneath the left glute. You could add on, use your mind, contract everything in the glute area. And that will also contract the hip flexors. Exhale, release, bring the legs in. Notice changes in sensation. Maybe rocking and rolling. Head opposite of the legs. Maybe flexing and pointing. Or maybe pause in your favorite spot for today. And come back on the back. Inhaling, legs go forward, hands pull back, knee goes forward, contracting. So in a classroom setting like this, we're doing like a 5 or 6 second contraction, and then exhale, release, bring the leg in, rocking and rolling, flexing and pointing, and maybe a 15 or 20-second release. If you do this on your own at home, you can extend that. The contraction could be 7 or 8 seconds. After that, it doesn't really do much. But then the release could be as long as you want, almost minutes. In New York, I used to do a lot of work stretching dancers and doing yoga therapy with dancers. Let's do this one more time. Leg go forward, hands pull back, knee goes forward, contracting. And they would love when we do this to be stretched and released for like minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. A minute's a long time to be in a stretch. But the body responds to it. That's the thing. If you do the contraction first, that physiological response and exhale, release, bring the legs in, really lets you release and open up. Maybe rocking and rolling, maybe flexing and pointing. So the technique we're using is called the PNF, proprioceptive neuromuscle facilitation. Proprioception is the body knowing where it is in space and time. Raise the legs up, flex and point, flex and point. And there's sensors in the body to help us do that. And we're just taking advantage of those sensors. And bring the legs down, roll onto your right side. And bring the legs to 90-90. Take a block between the knees. So working the left side now. Squeeze the knees together, flex the left foot. Raise the foot up as high as you can. Keep squeezing the knees together. It is an awkward position, but it's very doable. This actually is a great one to have someone help you with, to give you something to press against. Exhale, release, bring the feet together. Open the leg out wide, releasing that whole outside line. Let's do that again. Squeeze the knees together, flex the foot, raise the foot up. Contracting, you can feel the contraction. If you're wearing, nobody's wearing shorts, well, maybe somebody's wearing shorts today, but I can see the contraction in my leg. It's one of the few ones I can actually see. And then exhale, release, open out wide. So proprioception is the technique we're using, but associated with that is interoception and exteroception. Interoception is what the mind thinks is going on from the inside out. Exteroception is what your senses, sight, touch, sound, smell, think is happening from their point of view. And it's great to triangulate what the mind thinks with what the senses think. Okay, so hold on, shin, ankle, or foot. Inhaling, knee goes forward, foot goes out, hand pulls back. Our goal right now is to contract, to tighten the quadricep muscles, the front of the thigh. Knee and foot are actually actively pressing away. The hand is actively pulling back, tightening. Exhale, release, bring the heel in, bring the leg back. Releasing the outside, the front line. Take a few extra breaths. Let's do that again. Knee goes forward, foot goes out, hand pulls back. Contracting. Exhale, release, bringing the heel in, bringing the leg back, taking a few extra breaths. Quadriceps, maybe you feel the front of the pelvis, lower back. Again, that's what, psoas is a big muscle, but it's hidden kind of inside of our pelvis, but attaches the front of the thighs to the lower back. It's an important muscle, hard to get to. And letting that go. All right, supine dancer, come up. Just sit. And interlock the fingers, bring the forearms together, raise the elbows up, and rotate the wrists. These are called chalanas. Chalana means churning butter. So we're churning the butter in the joints and in the other direction, warming it up, letting it expand, more fluidity, ease of motion. Bring the arms out to the side, rotate the arms and the shoulders. First one way. And the other. Place the hands on the knees and rotate the torso. Move the shoulders, maybe add a cat-cow. Make this one feel really good. And the other way. And then pausing, lengthen the spine and rotate the head very gently. First one way. And the other. Then pause at the center without moving the shoulders. Turn the head side to side, a long, slow no. Pause at the center, keep the spine long, long, slow, yes. Pause at the center and circle one more time, first one way. And the other. And letting that go. Okay, find your strap. So holding onto the strap, holding the arms out about 45, they're pointing out about 45 degrees, palms facing down. Pull the strap apart. So this is going to be a long version of contract release. Pull the strap apart. We're contracting the muscles up and down the arms, the shoulders, the chest, the back. Keep pulling apart. Slowly raise the arms up. Keep pulling apart. We're building up a lot of tension. At some point, the muscles will start to shake from all of the tension. That's a good thing in this particular pose. Keep pulling apart. Keep pulling apart. Come all the way up to the top. We're going to go back down the front. Keep pulling apart. Keep pulling apart. Keep building up the tension. Keep pulling apart. Build up the tension. Come all the way down. Keep pulling apart. We're going to go back up, but this time keep pulling apart, but press the fists away. Spread the shoulder blades apart. You cave in the chest a little bit, but focus on spreading the shoulder blades apart. Keep pulling apart. Keep building up the tension. Oh, my muscles are shaking. Keep pulling apart. Come all the way up. Pause at the top. Now we're going to go down the back. To do that, you'll probably need to open out a little wider to keep the arms long. Now puff the chest out. Keep the arms long. Come down the back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. We're releasing the rhomboid muscles now. Bring the strap to the height of the top of the shoulder blades. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and massage that. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades together. Come down to the bottom of the shoulder blades and massage that. Come back up to the top. Squeeze the shoulder blades, massage that, and let that go. That gets me every time. Okay. Now we're going to do a long-legged use of the strap. Use the strap for a long-leg version of the contract release. So come back down on the back. Take the strap, onto the ball of the right foot and hold the strap in two hands. So it's better for this particular one to hold it, this first one, to hold it separately in two hands. It doesn't matter where you're holding the strap. It doesn't matter how long the leg is. Where the leg is, keep the leg long. Now let's just start off circling first in one direction. So these are chalanas. Again, we're churning the butter in the hip right now. And the other direction. This is dynamic movement. Dynamic movement is a lighter stretching technique, really good for warming up. It's really good to use before you do any static stretching or any deep exercise. So now pause, flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull down on the strap. We're using the strap as a tool to go deeper into the flexion of the foot, which is also helping us. Our goal is contracting the back line of the right leg. We're focused on the hamstrings, but it's the whole back line. So you're pulling down. Hands are aiming for the lower abdomen, belly button or below. Strap is parallel to the leg. And the exhale, release, relax the leg and foot, and gently and slowly bring the leg up. If you do it quickly, the body reacts and will just tighten up. Slowly come up to the top. Only go as far as the leg will stay straight. Whatever straight means for you. Some of us have a natural bend in the knee, but whatever straight means for you, also not locking the knee. So find that position for yourself. And then maybe a little bit extra lengthening, pulling back. At the same time, flex the left foot and press the left leg down. Let's do that again. Go back to the starting position. Flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull down on the strap. Contracting. So since the strap is parallel to the leg, the skeletal system of the leg is really keeping you from doing anything bad. You can pull pretty hard. Get a good contraction of the foot, which is helping us with the back line of the leg. Exhale, release, just relax, but slowly and gently bring the leg up. Go as far as the leg will stay straight, maybe a little bit extra at the top. Notice how the body responds, especially if when you do this a couple of times. If you're doing this one at home, again, the contraction could be the contraction could be 5 or 6 seconds, 7, 8 seconds. With the release, what we're doing right now, you could hold this for minutes and the body will respond to that. Okay, take the strap in the right hand and bring the leg out to the right. Left hand is on the left hip. Leg is long and circle. First one way. And the other. And then pausing, flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull in. Leg is out to the side, leg is long, strap is parallel to the leg, you're pulling in towards the lower abdomen. It doesn't matter where the leg is, doesn't matter where you're holding the strap. Keep the leg long. We're working on the inside line now. If you poke around, you can feel that, but also notice, we're also doing the hamstring muscles. They're secondary, but they are getting contracted and stretched. And then exhale, release, maybe a little bit of a wiggle to get the body to release, but come back to a straight leg and bring the leg parallel to the earth, up towards the head. Turn and look to the left. Flex the left foot, press the left leg down. Your left hand can keep the hip down. Turn the head, keeping the left shoulder down. Inside line of the right leg. Let's do that again. Flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull in, contracting. So in a classroom setting like this, and this is a shorter time period of an hour, I usually do this for an hour and a half. We're only doing 2 repetitions of every pose. I prefer 3. I think 3 is a better, let's go a little deeper. Some people do 5. I think 5 is too many. 2 is okay. Exhale, release. You can do a wiggle and bring the leg up towards the head. So my advice is 2 is okay. I think 3 is optimal. And turn and look to your left. And take the leg up and over. Switch hands. Straps now in the left hand. Right arm's out in a T and circle. First one way. So most people find this third one that we're doing right now to be the most challenging of the 3 long-legged poses. Going the other way. And so again, it doesn't matter where the leg is. It doesn't matter where you're holding the strap. Find a place where you can keep the leg straight, whatever straight means for you. Then flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull in. We're contracting the outside line of the right leg, hip, and glute. With the leg long, it's mostly the upper thigh, hip, and glute, but also notice the hamstrings are involved. They're not the focus, but they are involved. Exhale, release, maybe a wiggle, and then bring the leg parallel to the earth, up towards the head. Turn and look at your right palm, effort the right shoulder down. So in this one, it's very tempting to bend the knee. Don't. Find your challenge point. Your challenge point is just at that just at that spot before the knee wants to bend. And just pause there with the leg straight. Wherever that is. Let that go a bit. One more time. Flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull in on the strap, contracting. And exhale, release, bringing the leg up towards the head, turning, looking at the palm, or put the shoulder down. And come back on the back, switch feet. So straps on the ball of the left foot, right leg's on the ground. If you have any back discomfort, you can bend the right knee. My advice, though, is that if your lower back feels okay, is to keep the leg down. Hold the strap in 2 hands for this first one and circle. First one way. And the other. And then flex the foot, push out to the heel, pull down. Strap is parallel to the leg, contracting the back line of the left leg. Exhale, release, slowly and gently bring the leg up. Only go as far as the leg will stay straight. Maybe a little bit extra at the top. Flex the right foot, press the right leg down. Let's do that again. Back to the starting point, flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull in. Contracting. So it's better to do this multiple times than to do it once and stay in the position. Your body really responds to the contraction each time. Allows you to go deeper and deeper. Exhale, release. Gently bringing the leg up. Only going as far as the leg will stay straight. A little bit extra at the top. Take the strap in the left hand, bring the leg out to the left. Right hand on right hip and circle. First one way. And the other. And then flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull in. Contracting inside line of the left leg. Exhale, release, maybe a wiggle, but come back to a straight leg. Bring the leg parallel to the earth. Up towards the head, turn and look to your right. Keeping the right side down. Back to the starting point. Flex the foot, push out to the heel, pull in. Get a good contraction first. Notice the difference between getting a contraction, a tightening first, versus just doing the static stretch. Exhale, release, bring the leg up towards the head. Turn and look to the right. Bring the leg up and over, straps in the right hand. Left arm's out in a T, in circle. First one way, and the other. Now keeping the leg long, flex the foot, push out through the heel, pull in. Strap is parallel to the leg. Hand aiming for lower abdomen. Contracting the outside line of the left leg. Exhale, release, maybe a wiggle and a shake, come back to a straight leg. Keep the leg parallel to the earth, up towards the head. Turn and look to your left. Look at your left palm, keeping the left shoulder down. Don't be tempted to bend the knee. Find your challenge point with the leg straight. And one more time, back to the starting point. Flex the foot, push out to the heel, pull in, contracting. Exhale, release, bringing the leg up towards the head. Turn and look to the left, keep the left shoulder down. Taking a few breaths. Supta Ekapada Angustasana, supine. 1 foot, big toe pose. And letting that go, take the strap off, bring the legs in, rocking, releasing. So it's really nice at the end of this class to bring the legs up a wall or a chair if you have that available to you. So, and if not, just bring the feet to the corners of the mat. So this is a combination inversion and shavasana. If you're going up against the wall of the chair, first bring your hip up against either the wall of the chair and then rotate the legs up. Legs can be straight up or maybe open out wide for a great gravity-based interior leg stretch. If that becomes too much, you could bring the feet together, supine Baddha Konasana, that controls the interior stretch, or the legs that could be up. If you're laying on the mat, legs are out to the corners of the mat, and everybody, arms out to the side, palms up, tucking the chin in, closing the eyes for relaxation, shavasana, corpse pose. Relaxing the head, relax the neck, relax the shoulders, relax the back, relax the hips, relax the thighs, relax the arms, relax the legs, relax the hands, relax the feet. Just relax and melt into the mat. Slowly come back to normal breathing. Wiggle the fingers and the toes. Bring the arms overhead, big stretch from the hands to the feet. Bring the knees into the chest and roll to the right side. And coming up to a comfortable seated position, joining me in a closing Om. Inhaling. Namaste, Jai Bhagwan. Jai Bhagwan means victory to the spirit in Gujarati, Swami Kripalu's language. Jai, victory.